Hello, my name is Glenn Jeffries. Today we'll cover everything we need to know about taking good pictures and getting up and running in photography. We will cover basic camera operation, we'll cover controlling exposure, we'll cover manual and semi-auto settings and functions on your camera. We'll also cover flash lighting, how to control flash lighting and when to use it. Focus, depth of field, which is very important, and we'll look also at the creative aspect of taking good pictures to do with composition and subjects and where to place them. By the way, I'm also a photographer and I teach photography as well. What we'll do now is cover basic camera operation. If you have either a film camera or a digital camera, it doesn't really matter because the principles of photography are the same. The creative aspect is the same. I have here a digital SLR camera, but the settings and the way I use it would be exactly the same as if I was using a film camera. There are different types of cameras. We have here, it's just a standard compact camera. They're fairly cheap, they're mass produced, they're inexpensive and they can give fairly good results under average circumstances. The SLR camera, it stands for single lens reflex, is basically a camera which offers much more control. It has functions which can be fully automatic, fully manual, or partially semi-automatic as well. So we can control lots of aspects using the dials on the camera. We'll go through those a bit later. When you're starting in photography, you'll probably want to create a nice image for yourself, especially if you want to get some work from taking your photographs. If you've got a generic type of camera, it's mass produced as I mentioned, and pretty much anyone can buy one and control one. If you want to get into the pro or semi-pro market, you've got to look the goods. Something like this is solid, well built, it's a piece of engineering, and it certainly has the right look about it for the professional market. Some things you'll need to know when you're choosing your film is there are different types of film. They range in numbers, and the international standard is called an ISO, and it starts from anywhere between 50 and can go anywhere to 1600. The most common ISO film speeds would be 100, 200, 400 and possibly 800 for night shots. That is an indication of its sensitivity. The higher the number, the more sensitive the film. Later on we'll discuss specific uses for high film numbers. Talking about the camera again, on the more professional cameras or the more upmarket SLRs, you have controls which might not mean a lot to you from first glance, but they actually allow you to set fully manual operation, and it might indicate an M or a P, or in your particular camera it might have another particular name. You have to check your manual, but basically SLRs can show fully manual. They can show operation where you can set the aperture and the speed changes, or set the speed and the aperture changes. They're called priorities. Or you can set an automatic function, which is generally called program mode. Unfortunately, these type of cameras have very limited control. Sometimes you can set some type of built-in program, sometimes not. Sometimes they can offer limited results, but for the professional photographer or someone who's wishing to use photography as a means of expressing themselves creatively, you need to be able to control manually all the aspects of photography